Hi everyone! In this video, we'll learn about some of the threats that sharks are exposed to. Most of the content of this video comes from the book Sharks of the World, A Complete Guide by David Ebert, Mark Dando and Sarah Fowler. There are over 500 species of sharks in the world, and sharks can be found in every habitat of the ocean. On this web platform, called Marine Traffic, you can see in real time how many boats are currently at sea. It shows us that, while sharks occur all over the oceans, humans do too, and the presence of these boats can be a threat to sharks as well as other marine life, through disturbance, noise pollution, collisions, and fisheries. There are many different types of fisheries, including industrial, artisanal, and subsistence. The fish caught by these different types of fisheries can be classified as targeted species or bycatch species. Targeted shark fisheries are those that set out to capture and land sharks specifically. In contrast, shark bycatch is the accidental catch of sharks that happens during the targeted fishing of other species. Many fisheries, especially commercial ones, target fast-growing bony fish that have high amounts of offspring regularly. Most shark species are slow-growing and have smaller numbers of offspring less frequently. This means that, while the targeted fish can withstand a comparatively high fishing pressure, shark bycatch within these fisheries can be very unsustainable, as the sharks cannot replenish their populations as quickly as the targeted species can. Bottom trawling is a fishing practice that herds and captures the target species, such as groundfish or crabs, by towing a net along the ocean floor. Unfortunately, this method can be quite destructive, as when the heavy gear is dragged along the seafloor, a lot of damage can be caused to important marine habitats. Coastal shark species that spend a lot of their time on the seafloor include angel sharks and smoothhounds. Species such as these are particularly vulnerable to this type of fishing. A gill net is a wall or curtain of netting that hangs in the water. Gill nets can either drift in the water column, these are called drift nets, or be set on the seafloor, simply called set gill nets. Drift nets have the potential to catch free-swimming pelagic shark species, such as porbeagles, blue sharks, or hammerheads. These species can't breathe without actively swimming, so they can die if they become entangled in these nets. Set gill nets can catch bottom-dwelling species, such as dogfish, sharpnoses, and dusky sharks. Another issue with nets in general is that they can break away from the boat and get lost at sea. Lost nets are called ghost nets, and they are a threat to all marine life, as animals might become entangled in them as they drift through the sea. Long lining is a fishing technique that uses a long mainline with baited hooks attached at intervals via short branching lines. This technique is less damaging to ocean habitats than nets, but, like all fishing techniques, can still create the problem of bycatch. Depending on the depth they're set off at, bottom longline bycatch can be composed of species such as sandbar sharks, sharpnoses, lantern sharks, or gulper sharks. Pelagic longlines catch species such as thresher sharks, silky sharks, shortfin makos, or blue sharks. Another threat to sharks is the practice of shark finning. Though a lot of shark meat has low value, their fins in particular are very valuable in some markets. Shark fin soup is considered a luxury dish in some areas, and shark cartilage is still used for medicinal purposes in some parts of the world. This high demand for shark fins can lead to a practice called finning, which consists of removing a shark's fins and discarding the rest of the shark, unfortunately often while they're still alive. This practice is highly unsustainable and is now illegal in a lot of the world. While fisheries do pose a large threat to sharks, sharks and rays are also threatened by climate change, habitat loss, and coastal pollution. Overfishing can also lead to a loss of important prey for sharks and rays, and disruptive human activities in the ocean are causing the loss of important habitats. But we can all do our part to help to protect the world's sharks and rays. Some ways that you can help are by trying to eat sustainably sourced seafood, picking up any litter that you find on the beach, and not buying things that you don't need to help to cut down on the emissions involved in production that contributes to climate change and warming oceans. And of course, if there are any environmental or marine citizen science projects in your country, you can do your part by sending them your sightings of important marine life. Thank you for listening, and thank you to the Erasmus Plus program for funding this video.